Joining me now from Tel Aviv is Itamar Rabinovich, founder and president of the Israel Institute and former ambassador of Israel to the US. Thank you so much for your time. This attempt, believed to be sparked by a rare public intervention from Ronen Bar's predecessor, Nadav Argaman, who said he might reveal further accusations of wrongdoing by the Prime Minister if he believed that Netanyahu was about to break the law. For people outside of Israel, this very public row among intelligence chiefs is unheard of, is it not?
It's a very high point. We had a major crisis with the Shin Bet in the 1980s, known as Bus 300. It was a major issue at the time, but it does not even come close to what we have now, because we are now very close to a constitutional crisis. There will be appeals to the Supreme Court, injunctions to the Supreme Court against the imminent firing of Ronen Bar. If the court tells the government that the Prime Minister is in a conflict of interest and cannot move ahead with this, and if the Prime Minister declines to accept the ruling by the Supreme Court, the country will be deep in a constitutional crisis. This is unprecedented.
And how do you think the Israeli public are going to respond?
Israeli public is divided. About half the public supports the government, about half the public, maybe a little more than half, is against the government, critical of the government. There will be, or there is planned, a massive demonstration against the government on Wednesday in Jerusalem. We need to see how many people will show up and what impact the protest will have. In this case, the protest which had stopped the judicial revolution earlier is now less effective, and this may be the spark that will bring new life to the protest movement. We have yet to see.
Now, Israeli judiciary, media and anyone who's seen to be critical of Netanyahu ends up being in direct line of fire, don't they? So is the Israeli judiciary strong enough, in your opinion, to stand up to this latest attempt?
I think it is. We cannot but think also about the comparison to and the impact by what is happening in the United States. And this is not just a theoretical comparison, because Mr. Netanyahu came back from a visit to the United States, saw at close quarters what President Trump has been doing, and we all feel that he's asking himself, why can I not do what Trump is doing with impunity in the United States? Let alone that the similar phenomena are happening in European countries. Seems to be a larger trend, this drift towards authoritarianism and a slight view of the rule of law. Israel is not an isolated island.
How worried are you for the future of Israel?
I'm concerned, I'm not worried. I think Israel demonstrated a lot of vitality. It suffered a major blow in October 7 and rebounded. Israeli civil society was strong enough to stop the judicial coup in 2023. And there are so many good, strong, healthy elements in Israel that I'm not worried about the country's future. But there is a very stiff fight ahead.
Itamar Rabinovich, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.